Thank you for being a friend. Sorry, I saw that the music was too calm, and so I decided to do something about it. So there. Oh, hi, Alfie. Hi. Hello, hello. Hi, darlings. Hi. Hi, babes. I do. I exist for the chaos. Is it really a me stream if I'm not being obnoxious, like even a little bit? Thank you for being a friend. You guys know that song? You guys know what that is, right? Like, yeah, I'm not like on the topic of the stream today. Like that is like that's the top that's the topic of the stream today, you know? You know what I'm talking, you know what that is, right? You know what that is? Right? I do not. Is that sarcasm? Oh, you too, Ruka. Golden Girls OP. Yeah. Finally got uploading my most recent drawing of you to your normal art tag. Let me know if it's good in that tag. Okay, I'll look at it in just a bit. Yeah, what is it? Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true, you're a pal and a confidant. It makes me think of that, like there's a Vine where some guy does like a worship version of the song, and it's so funny to me. I'm good, how are you, Peace? I will put the link to the OP in the chat, because we're talking about Betty White today, and Betty White was one of the beloved girls of one of the beloved Golden Girls. And if you're not familiar with Golden Girls, like, and what it's about, basically, and we'll get into that a little bit more, but Golden Girls is was a sitcom that was from like the 80s to like early 90s, and it's a bunch of the premise of the show is basically that it's 4 older women, like senior women, and they're single. I think 3 of them are widowed, and one of them is divorced, and they all live in Miami. And they all like live in a house, or no, yeah, I think they live in a house or something like that. And it's like their shenanigans and their friendship, and it's really fun. I actually haven't ever watched a lot of it. I think I've seen like late night runs of Golden Girls, but I've never actually sat down and watched it. So, yeah. So, that's like the premise of Golden Girls, and we'll get more into that. But how is everybody? How are we doing? Have you missed me in the 24 hours, less than 24 hours since I've last seen you? Also, I have food with me. I have chicken katsu curry. So if you see me chewing, it's because mommy's hungry. Oh, Hot in Cleveland's really good too. That is a really good show. I've actually seen more episodes of that than I have Golden Girls. Oh my gosh, that's right. Yeah, I got my luggage back. I'm actually using my iPad. So the reason why I was so concerned about my luggage was because my iPad was in my suitcase. And so yesterday when I did my stream, I was using my phone. So I was really worried I wasn't going to get my iPad. Hi, God, we welcome in. Excuse me. Excuse me again. But oh my gosh, okay. Thank you for reminding me. If I remember correctly, Betty was the dumb one. She was the airheaded one, Darren. Yes. Did you ever get replacement AirPods? With what money? Those are expensive. I called the car rental place and they said they didn't have my AirPods anymore. So, I don't have AirPods. They are gone. They are lost to the aether. And I think to replace them, to replace the ones that I got, because I felt so bad because my dad got them for me. But to replace them, they're like $200 or something. Let me see. Let me look at this. Yeah, they're like $200 to replace. So, but yeah. Replacement AirPods. Did you lose yours? I lost them at Offkai. That's a different story. But really quickly, because I said I would tell this story, so I will take this opportunity to like try to eat as much as I can so that I'm not eating throughout the stream. But so if anyone is new or hasn't been keeping up to date with me, I went to go visit one of my kohai, Cherry Lupina. And I was at her house for like a week and some change. And on my flight back, I flew back Friday. So basically what happened was my flight got canceled. So basically I had a flight to an airport and then I had a layover and then at the layover to my local airport. And my layover, the flight from my layover to back home got canceled. And so my whole flight got canceled as entirety. And so it got canceled 5 minutes before I was about to board. And basically what I ended up doing is I hopped on the plane to my layover. Did the airport compensate you? Well, that's the good part. This is the fun part. Okay, so I wanted to get home Friday because the other option was, so like basically what would have happened is if I hopped on a flight, because they basically rebooked a new flight for me, but it was going to be on Saturday, and I would have gotten home like 2 hours before stream, and I didn't want to do that. I did that with Offkai, where I landed about 2 hours before my panel, and then I went to go do like Offkai things, and I was so dead for the first 2 days of Offkai because I did that. I didn't want to do that again. So I was like, I want to go home now. And so it happened to 4 other people rather, on my flight. They also got canceled because we were all going in the same direction. And basically what we did was we got on the plane to the layover, and me and 3 other strangers we rented a car and I got in a car with 3 strangers and we went from our layover to our destination and took a road trip. And that's how I got home. So, yeah. Yep. And you did hear correctly. I did jump in a car with 3 strangers that I had never met before and got in a car and we went to where we needed to go. Yep. If you saw my tweet, hold on, let me find it. I said if I find my tweet, I said something like, I really exist by the AO bet. Where is it? Yeah, I said, I really exist by the AO bet. And the AO bet was me hopping in a car with 3 strangers and going and going home. That's why mods were chuckling in call. I actually didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell anybody that happened to me. I think I maybe told Cherry and the friend of mine who was going to pick me up. Because I had a friend who was going to pick me up at the airport. And so I told 2 people. And yeah. So I just didn't tell anybody. Because if I told people that I was doing that, people would be freaking out. And like, at least the person who was picking me up trusted my judgment. And Cherry was like, if you think it's safe, just share your location with me, check in. As long as you're fine, it's fine. So I didn't tell anybody. And that's why I waited until it became a story to tell. And I managed to get home. That's what matters. So do things. So if we haven't, they're now your friends. No. Nope. No contact info. No contact info. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even remember one of the people's names. Yeah. I just will never see them again. I just needed a ride. Everyone there was to travel. Yeah, everyone was trying to go back for a reason. So like, you know, like one guy was trying to make it to a funeral. So I was like, oh, dang, that's fair. You're trying to go to a funeral. I'm trying to go home. It's not as dire as like your reason. But the thing that's really bad is I always do this whenever my flights get like canceled or delayed. I always like, wow, that's really rude, Peter. So like, I always end up making my situation seem really dire. Like, I have to be somewhere at this time tomorrow morning. If you don't get me on a plane right now, I will miss out on this thing and you will have to hear from my company about it. Like I do a bunch of extra stuff to get me on a flight to get somewhere. And so they had also just met each other, and then like they had overheard me not yelling, but like speaking to the gate person, and they were like, if you really need to get somewhere, we have space in our car. And I was like, we're gonna rent a car and like it'll be fine, like you can join us. And I was like, sorry, I can't drive. I can't get in the car with you guys. I can't drive. I can't like rotate. And they're like, no, no, no. All you have to do is just get in the car. And I was like, cool, sure, totally. Yeah. Just open some doors with a good story, but sometimes there's just nothing you can do. Oh yeah, but it's just about opening those doors. Some people are way too like timid. Some people are way too timid and they're like, okay, well, like it just canceled. No, I need to be on a new flight, whether it's a new airline or what. Get me on a flight. So, I'm not saying you should do this, but if there's anything that we've learned about me, I've always been very reckless. So, some people eat the burnt food and some ask the server for a fix. Yeah. I ask, well, if I get like food messed up, I'm like, well, like the server doesn't know, like, because like I understand that people are just doing their jobs, but like, so like I don't actually like, I'm not like screaming at them. I'm not crazy, but I usually tend to try to finagle my way onto a different flight. But yeah, so so that was that. And then the situation with my luggage was so basically, because they had to rebook my flight, we had 3 minutes before the plane was going to take off. And so the person at the gate had to call the airline and was like, hey, there's seats on this plane still. Can you put her back on this flight to her layover? And then made that happen, got on the plane to my layover. We all rented a car and then we drove. Well, I didn't drive because I can't drive, but yeah. Yet. Yet. And then my luggage, I went to go get, they told me that I could pick up my luggage at my rescheduled flight. So I was supposed to pick it up yesterday morning, but when I arrived, it wasn't there. And they told me that it never left like the original airport. So like the airport where Cherry was, it never left the airport. And they were like, why is that? And they did more digging. And then apparently it was either at at Cherry's airport or 2 airports near my layover. It was very confusing and they didn't know where my luggage was. And so they said they would call me when they figured it out. And then I got my luggage this morning. I waited an hour and a half for my luggage. And yeah, so. Yeah. Yeah. So that's been my past couple of days. I love traveling. I love flying. No, I actually hate flying a lot. I have the worst possible luck with flying. I don't know what it is. I always get delayed, and not even just like a regular delay. I get like an 8-hour delay or a 12-hour delay, or my flight gets canceled. It always happens. It's been this way for years. I have no answers. One of my friends, they were like, you have to be a witch. At some point, it's not the airline, it's you, Ophi. And I was like, what the fuck do you mean? How could it be me? So train, but I don't want to take a train. Sometimes the train is longer. Like to go visit Cherry, it would have taken like 3 days for no reason. Dude, that's what I said, Denny. I told people, I eventually told like some friends like what I did, and they were like, Ophi, that's so reckless, don't do that. And I was like, what do you mean? And they're like, no, that's so bad. And I was like, adventure, it's good for you. So, you know. So, you know, I'm not just chaotic by choice. It just follows me wherever I go. Trains take longer and are underfunded. Yeah, trains do take a really long time. Yeah, see? Adventure. Adventure is out there. Because my whole Happy National Ice Cream Day. Is it Ice Cream Day? Ooh. I ate ice cream while I was at Cherry's house. I think I've tapped into my cherries. My cherries? My what is it? My quota for the month. I'm good. How are you, darling? You actually live and breathe by chaos? I live and breathe by AOBet. Real. Well, I wouldn't really say live and breathe. More exist and breathe by AOBet. Like, I'm very much... Don't do this, you guys. I do this, but, like, don't actually, okay? I am very, like... Well, I got through this thing. What's another thing? Don't do that, but that's how I operate. Okay, but anyway, story time over. Now you know what's been happening to me for the past couple of days. And that being said, we're gonna switch over now. Ooh, that's so loud. Woo! Woo! Thank you for being a friend. Traveling down the road and back again. Heart it is true, you're a pal and a confidant. And if you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. Yeah. I felt that was appropriate to start by... I would have played the music, but then this stream would be demonetized. So, welcome in, welcome in. Hi, everybody, welcome in. We are going to do we're going to talk about Betty White today. Betty White, if you're not familiar with who she is, Betty White was a actress. Welcome back. Thank you. But Betty White is a actress. She's like a well-beloved actress. She had a career of like over 80 years, I want to say. Of like 80 years. A lot of people say that she was part of pioneering early television. Especially because like what's it called? Because of all of the things that she was part of. And so yes, 07's in chat for the Betty White. Because the Robin Williams dead talk that we did, I had some issues with copyright. We're not gonna be able to watch too many Betty White videos, but I did try to find some things that would allow us to like at least like see her. But to give some of the things that she's done, or like talk about it a little bit, she genuinely like she was a major part of television. She was an incredibly funny woman. She participated in sitcoms and sketch comedy, and she also participated in a lot of game shows. And so excuse me. She was part of what are some good examples, like Password, Match Game. I mentioned Golden Girls, Hot in Cleveland, the Mary Tyler Moore Show. At one point she also had her own show called The Betty White Show. And in like this, I think it was the 70s. Yeah. She had grandma energy. Yeah. And like she's very funny. One of the incredible things was the one thing that I will say that I love knowing about her is that Betty White was considered like not photogenic enough to be part of TV and like be in a studio when she started her career. And so she started in radio. So that way she could still participate in entertainment, and she didn't have to worry about being considered quote unquote photogenic. Um yeah, really. And you know, she participated in like commercial readings and played like other comedy bit parts. Um and yeah, she got started in radio. She I think, hold on. I wrote it down. Let me just pull it up cuz I also didn't know that she started in radio. That's how I learned about her. That's what I learned like doing some research. Um you have a great face for a radio line. They literally did. They literally did that. And yeah, I agree. She was really stunning. Like if anyone I will let me see. I think this video has some younger photos of her. Like she's so pretty. I think she's a really beautiful person. And so I'm like, they said that she wasn't pretty enough for TV. She's so beautiful. Anyway, um, but let's see. So she was on shows Blondie, The Great Gildersleeve, and This Is Your FBI. And then she was offered her own radio show called The Betty White Show. Um, and then she began to appear like co-host on a daily live television show called Hollywood and Television after her stint with radio. And and then after her co-host left the show, she started to host by herself solo. And at the time, this was in the 50s, a lot of live television was like ad libs or like it's not like live television now where a lot of things are pre-recorded. Like you went on air. Like if anyone's ever seen the Liza Minnelli show or the Judy Garland show or the Liza Minnelli show, I meant Judy Garland. Oh my God. The Judy Garland show, there are like dance numbers and they're like singing and like performing live. And it's incredible. It's amazing. But she would do that for a while, and doing that show, she was nominated for her first Emmy Award in 1951 for Best Actress. And she didn't win that year, but like at that time, she was considered a nobody, and it was such a huge deal for somebody who didn't really have much of a name for themselves to be nominated for such an award. And if you're not familiar with the Emmys are so if you're I don't know if anyone's familiar with the Oscars. The Oscars is a movie award show. And the Emmys is like television. And then like the Tony Awards is for Broadway and theater. Yeah. Betty was definitely very ingrained in American culture. So after that, the Betty White Show then went from being a radio show to a television show from like sometime in like early 1950s to the mid 1950s. And like it was, so she had the Betty White Show in her early on in her career on the radio, and then the Betty White Show on television, which went on NBC. Yeah, Oscar, Emmy, and Tony. They're really, really cool people. Oh yeah, ad-libbing and just like kind of the improvisation skills you have to have in order to be able to do television, especially from this era. I have such incredible respect for those people because it's not pre-recorded. It even though like live shows now are in front of a live studio audience, you still have the opportunity to say cut and they'll do things over and over again. Um so um ooh, excuse me. I'm readjusting myself. Okay. So the really fun thing about that show as well was she had creative control over her series, which wasn't really super, I guess, like I guess known or like something that was super common at the time. Um and the show received a lot of like criticism and um but she also pioneered a lot of opportunities for like different types of for like different creators and stuff, you know. D20, thank you for the green thing. Betty White was literally born before sliced bread. She was killing it that long. She literally had a career of 80 years. Like that's insane. Hello everybody. If you're just joining us, welcome in. Hi, it's nice to meet you. Hello, hello. Mm-mm. But yeah, like everything was live. Everything was like if I recall correctly, she also um cuz so like at the time it wasn't really heard of. She her show featured a I think it was a dancer, an African American dancer as a regular cast member because the way that you did television at the time is you had cast members and all that kind of stuff. So how old was she when she was passed? She was 99, which is awful because everyone was getting ready to because it was like she died on New Year's in 2021 and her birthday and I remember this very well cuz everyone was really excited about it. Her birthday was on the 17th of January. Literally so close to 100 and everyone was hyping up her 100th birthday and then when she died everyone was like y'all jinxed it, you guys are the reason. It's so sad, it was so awful. But yeah, she was like the first to have like an African American dancer on her show. um and she received a lot of criticism but she basically said fuck you guys, just live with it. And then I think this is so badass, but she went to the network, like she was getting a lot of criticism and a lot of heat for it, but then she went, sorry, deal with it. It like verbatim. Hold on. I found the quote. Let me find it. I found it earlier. One second, one second. It's so badass. I was like, you know what? Let me see. Okay, yeah. So in a first for American network variety television, her show featured an African American performer, but the show faced criticism for oh wait, let me turn the music back on. I just realized I turned it off. The criticism but the show faced criticism for the inclusion of tap dancer Arthur Duncan as a regular cast member. The criticism followed when NBC expanded the show nationally. Local stations threatened to boycott unless Duncan was removed from the series. In response, Betty White said, "Sorry, live with it," and gave Arthur Duncan more airtime. Isn't that insane? Isn't that insane? Takuma! Hi! Illy, you're awesome in Pog. But yeah, I think that's so powerful. Like, holy shit. Like, sorry, live with it. You don't like it? Well, guess what? He's gonna be on TV more. Literally, she did not. Yeah, she did not care. Um, and then so what ended up and then what ended up the show ended up getting canceled, not because of that, but because they had to constantly change the time slot of the show. It wasn't consistent enough, so it lost a lot of viewership, and due to the lack of viewership, the show had to cancel the series. Which is kind of like, I guess like it's kind of the same for me. Like that's why I try to stream at the same time all the time, because like consistency, it's less confusing. But what's it called? That being said, 50s TV shows rarely lasted that long, if I recall correctly. Yeah, now that I think about it, like even like the Judy Garland show only had like a season. Or trying to remember how long the Dick Van Dyke show was. Does anyone remember how long the Dick Van Dyke show was? Because that was probably only like 3-4 years. Or is that like a different era? Because there was also the Mary Tyler Moore show, but that one was in the 70s. Trying to think. Yeah, like it's like a while. Yeah, because I'm trying to remember, but I'm not sure. I think that was after her era. Yeah, probably. I'm not really the only like black and white television that I watch or have watched rather. Or I guess like I wouldn't want to say it's like from that era, but like are probably the Judy Garland show, and then I guess, well, it's not from the 50s, but the Carol Burnett show. Like, because the Carol Burnett show was like late 60s. So, yeah. But anyway, so after that, she continued on to as far as anthologies go. That's super fair. I used to be really obsessed with Twilight Zone, but yeah, I will admit though, like variety television, I don't know, do people still do variety television like that? I don't think they do. Like I loved it. I love variety TV. Oh my god. Hogan's Heroes. I loved that show too. Hogan's Heroes, Andy Griffith, Green Acres. We're really tapping into like some of my favorite TV. Hi, Franklin. They're called Twitch streams, but that's not the same. Like I want like a theatrical performance. Did you ever watch The Munsters? I did. Does MASH count? It does. Gunspoke and Bonanza, yeah. I didn't get into those, but I think my sister really liked it. But like like Bewitched. I would love to see more. I don't know. Like to me, I want more like theatrical performances, I guess. Like that's what I liked about like the Carol Burnett show and Judy Garland show, was that it felt like I was watching theater being performed in front of me while still being on television, and I really loved it because because you could enjoy, like, they were still like live, like they still had to choreograph it and they still had to dance, and like you have to dance like you're on a Broadway show. They didn't have to cut. Like there's no cutting, there's just changing of the camera. Go to camera 1, camera 2, you know? Like what's it called? Like since we're talking about Betty White, Hot in Cleveland is a really big one. And I was really into Green Acres. I actually really loved that show. And or Mr. Ed. Mr. Ed, that one always came on after Green Acres. Or the Beverly Hillbillies. The Brady Bunch. That one's one that everyone knows, right? Everyone knows the Brady Bunch. And you know, Green Acres had the best opening ever. I agree. Thank you. Based. Green Acres is the place to be. I'll get back to talking about Betty White in a second. I'm actually really enjoying this conversation. I'm glad that so many people also enjoy this television. Green Acres is the place to be. Farm living is the life for me. Land spread now so far and wide. What is it? It's land spread now so far and wide. Keep Manhattan, just give me that countryside. New York is where I'd rather stay. I hate allergic smelling. Hey, I just adore a penthouse view. Darling, I love you, but give me Park Avenue. I love that song. I used to sing it all the time. Yeah. I also, hello, Mr. Golem, welcome in. Oh, Mork and Mindy, yeah. Family Matters. I think I watched a couple of episodes of it. I don't remember watching too much of it, but I remember that I enjoyed what I did because it would come, at least for me, when I would catch it, it was like late. Because it was like that, and what else was on? What else was on late? Everybody Loves Raymond. Everybody Loves Raymond. So really gotten because I am actually a huge Ava Gabor fan. I absolutely adore her. I think she's incredible. If anyone doesn't know who Ava Gabor is, she's a Hungarian American actress, and she voiced Miss Bianca in The Rescuers. She was Duchess in The Aristocats. She was in Green Acres as the wife, and I think she's so glamorous. She's so beautifully glamorous, and I think she's absolutely incredible because she passed away in 1995 because of pneumonia, if I recall correctly. And I think the last major thing that she did was, I think she did like so as far as movies went, I think the last movie she did was The Rescuers Down Under. I could be incorrect. So don't quote me on that, but yeah, she was so glamorous. So glamorous, so beautiful. Her voice was so iconic, and it was so gentle and so like, what is the word that I want? So it's just like, it was so romantic sounding, you know, like everything she said, it sounded like it had like a gentleness to it, but it was still so regal, and it was so like fantastical. And it's just she's so glamorous, and I love it. I think that like she's like the to me she's the like epitome of glamour. But anyway, uh anyway, back to Betty White. So after the Betty White show, Betty White went on to what is it? She started no, was it she created this show, if I recall correctly, called Life with Elizabeth. It was basically a sitcom of Betty White playing this character Elizabeth, and her like partner Alvin, who is played by I think his name was Delmore. And they would get into like these really funky predicaments. I've only seen like maybe 2 episodes of it because I like Googled the heck out of it, but it kind of gives me like another it kind of has like the same energy as I Love Lucy, but I don't think it was as iconic. Because I think everybody knows what I Love Lucy, and everyone knows the line, Lucy, like, Lucy, I'm home. And in The Life with Elizabeth, there was also like iconic lines as that, but it didn't last as long as I Love Lucy, so I don't think it made as much of a historic impact, I want to say, is the word that I want to use. So yeah. And then the thing with Life with Elizabeth was that was what won Betty her I'm pretty sure it was her first Emmy Award. So that's nothing to sneeze at. But the thing that's really cool about The Life with Elizabeth was that it wasn't common, as I stated before, that women had a full creative control over production. And Betty White had full creative control from like after she won her Emmy, because I think she won her Emmy in like 1952. And so after that, until like 1956 or something like that, she was one of the few women in television that was allowed to have full creative control over her projects. Like she wasn't, and the cool thing that made Betty White so iconic, I guess, for this, and this goes back to her being super goated, she didn't care about being relevant. She cared about telling stories and creating works that she related to, and the stories that that people could understand, because what is the word that I want? Because like they were situated, like the episodes and the stories, they were like things that have happened to her, like to, I guess, like a certain degree. And so they were incidents based on real life situations. And yeah, so after that, she ended up going on to do a bunch of like other sitcoms and stuff, which is super cool. And then she what is the word? She did a lot of like reboots of like old stuff that she did, like the Betty White show. Because like I think what happened, if I recall correctly, like what ended up happening was she had a sitcom, it tanked really bad. And but Betty White had a contract to fulfill with the network. So the network allowed her to reboot reboot the Betty White show so that way she could fulfill her contract, which honestly, I think that's really cool. Hi Bryce, how are you, honey? Which honestly, I think that's really cool. But like you know, like it'd be that way. And then after that with like the network and everything, she ended up doing a bunny. Ooh. She ended up doing a bunch of, that's when she started doing her game shows. Wonder why it didn't do well. I think it was just because like the concept, I think it was just the concept. Like she wasn't interested in being relevant when she told her stories. So I guess I'll put it in perspective of being a content creator, right? When you're a content creator, you want to create content that is hype. You want to create content that is in with the times. It's why you will find a lot of streamers like playing the same video games or creating the same videos, because you want to stay relevant and so you get picked up in the algorithm. You want to get picked up so more people can reach you. But if you don't care about that, you just end up doing whatever you want. And so as far as television is concerned, you want to tell stories that are relevant. You'll find a lot of like, especially teen television, they will write episodes based off of current events to teach people lessons or to introduce certain things. They will do a bunch of stuff like that. So it's so when I say that she didn't have interest in being relevant, she just wanted to do things that interested her. She didn't really care too much about how other people would perceive it. She cared more about, or not perceive it, but like she didn't care too much about like trying to be the next big thing. Like she wanted to just tell the stories based on what she felt. And like you know, like she wasn't concerned with trying to hit the top ratings or trying to create stories that were relevant for the time so that way people would watch her. She just wanted to tell stories. So that's the best way I can describe that. Hopefully the streamer comparison helps. Because that's the only way that I can really think of it. Like I think of it in a way. She wouldn't make a lot of stories about what is currently going on unless she can make a meme or something meant to her. No, so like, okay, so what I mean is like, for example, if I wanted to stream something relevant, right? Like, I don't know what's cool right now. What's I don't know, what is something that would make me cool, popular? I don't know. Oh, okay, Only Up. Thank you. So Only Up. So a lot of people are playing Only Up right now. I don't give two fucks about Only Up. I'm gonna just be real with you guys. I don't like those games. I have no interest. Sure, like it's probably fun to watch me rage, but why would I put myself through that? I don't care about that. And like I'm not gonna play something that I don't give a shit about. Like I don't care. I don't. That's why we do dead talks. That's why, you know, like I give you the content I give you is stuff that I want to do. You don't seem like a rage game person. No, they're very boring. Like I want to play what I want to play. That's why I played Super Auto Pets last week. Nobody's playing Super Auto Pets anymore, but I want to. So I did. Ghost Trick's not a super popular game. but I play it because it's a story that I want to share with you guys. It's a game that means something to me. Playing Aviary Attorney, no one knows what the fuck Aviary Attorney is. I play that because that's what I want to do, you know? Like, well, Cuphead's different. Cuphead was a really cozy game. I really liked it. But yeah, like putting in perspective of me, I mean, if I go through my VODs now, the last time I played something that was like quote unquote relevant was Honkai Star Rail, I guess. And even when I played it, like I played it because I wanted to try it. I didn't play it because I thought it would make me popular. I played it because I thought it'd be fun. You know? And like I do DED Talks because I think they're fun. I think it's fun to talk about actors and actresses that have created a legacy and all that kind of stuff. You know? So that's kind of what I mean by relevance. Like I can't remember the last time I tried to play something that was relevant. I think maybe Elden Ring. Yeah. I think Elden Ring was the last time I tried to play something relevant. And then I just didn't do it anymore. Bye, Nord. Have a good one, honey. So like, that's what I mean by relevance. Pokemon? No, I wanted to play that. That's different. I love Pokemon. I don't think I don't know if people know this about me. There are some games, like, yeah, they're popular, but like that, like, I want to play that. I meant more in the sense of like the last time I played something relevant for the sake of being relevant rather than something like that I wanted to do. That's what I meant. Because like why would I play like because I wanted to play Pokemon. So like that's the difference. Yeah. Elden Ring, I wanted to try it, and I'm just gonna be honest. The only reason why I kept playing it was because I thought you guys wanted me to play it. I think I've been streaming long enough now that it is safe for me to say that. I was only playing it because I thought you guys wanted to see it. So I actually thought that game was so boring. So I was like, so like, you know, like I'm gonna be real with you guys. It was fun like the first 2 or 3 streams, maybe 2. First 2 streams, I thought this was fun. After that, I didn't care anymore. After that, I didn't give a fuck. I was like, that's nice, cool. It didn't care. So yeah, anyway. I apologize if it ruins any sort of opinion you've had of me, but you know, I do not care. But yeah, so I hope that helps with the example of like wanting to do stuff because you want to do stuff and not because you think not doing and like doing the thing that like the ratings or like the network or whatever people want you to do. You know what I mean? Like that's why we're playing Ace Attorney. No one can stop me. I don't care if anyone doesn't want to see me play Ace Attorney. I'm about to play Ace Attorney. So like anyway, but yeah, I hope that answers your question. Yeah. I don't mind using myself as an example. So hopefully that helps. Hi Aurora, hi Clash. How are you guys? Okay. But anyway, hi Spider-Man. But anyway, anyway, so after she finished her like, I think it was I think it was ABC that she was with. I can't remember. Where her show tanked. She started doing game shows. So she did what did I say earlier? Password. Excuse me. Password, Match Game. Why am I suddenly blanking? Why am I suddenly blanking? I literally read this, like, I was literally doing research on this, like, like before stream started. Am I okay? What's my line? Thank you. Oh my God. That was bothering the crap out of me. Because there's like there's like some stuff for like what's my line on YouTube, and I thought it was really funny. I can't show them to you because because it's copyrighted, but you guys should check it out. I think it's a hoot and an absolute holler. So yes, what? Yeah, the irony of forgetting what's my line when that is my line. But yeah, so she ended up doing a bunch of like game shows and like talk show appearances. And then in the 70s, she did the Mary Tyler Moore Show, which is one that I keep bringing up a lot. If you guys couldn't tell, the Mary Tyler Moore Show has Mary Tyler Moore in it. And it was another one of those like what's it called? It's another one of those like single adult woman sitcom things. And that had how many seasons? I think it had like 6 seasons. But I don't remember. I think Betty White was only in the 4th season. Another TV powerhouse, right? Exactly. Adult woman shows, my beloved. Me too. She was only, I think Betty White was only in the 4th season of the Mary Tyler Moore Show. It's been a minute since I've watched it, but yeah. And and then, but after she did that, she ended up being on, like, she ended up doing the Betty White Show again. But as like a sitcom. So like the 4th time. She's done the Betty White Show 4 times. Just remember that, okay? She did the Betty White Show 4 whole times, which I think is incredibly funny. And basically Vicky says you're right, 4 season only. Oh, okay, cool. And so but the thing with the 4th installment of the Betty White Show was that when it started, it was like it was going against the same time slot as football did. So the rate, like the views, like the viewership was so stinky. So they had to cancel it after a season. And then I think after that, what ended up happening? She ended up doing the Carol Burnett Show a couple times. She ended up doing, so if anyone's familiar with like the Tonight Show, like, you know, like it's a typical late night talk show. Like what do we have now? What are the late night shows that we have? We have Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, Seth Meyers. Who else do we have right now? Stephen Colbert. There's that one with John Oliver. Yeah, John Oliver. There is what's the one with Trevor Noah? I don't remember that one. Is Conan still going? I don't remember. Um and then there's the one with Jon Stewart. Is Conan still going? Daily Show, that's the one with Trevor Noah. Yeah. Those are probably most of the late night shows that I am aware of. Oh, did he really? Oh, okay, never mind. Trevor's no longer in the Daily Show. Well, that's how I knew the Daily Show, but apparently he's not in it, so I don't care anymore. Conan retired, went to the internet. Oh, okay. I did not know that. Okay, I see. Because like the ones that I'm most familiar with now are like daytime TV with like Drew Barrymore, Jennifer Hudson, Kelly Clarkson. So yeah. Jon Stewart was placed by Trevor in the Daily Show. Yeah, well, Jon Stewart does he does like a different talk show now, doesn't he, with like Apple TV? Or did I make that up? But either way, anyway, late time TV, Betty White ended up doing the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. If you want to know who Johnny Carson is really quickly, Johnny Carson was what is it? He mostly did like What's My Line? People called him like the king of late night television. And like cuz the man's goated. Like he's gotten a crazy amount of stuff. Like accolades, that's what I wanted. He's got like 5 Emmy awards. He won like I can't remember what it's called. It's a philanthropist award, and I can't remember what it's called. I'll have to Google it later, but he is in like the Television Hall of Fame. I think he also there's a Kennedy Center like honor award thing that they do for like really important people in entertainment, and he has that award. Yeah. Like the guy is literally his show is what framed late night TV for people. You know, cuz the Tonight Show is now Jimmy Fallon. But when it was originally you had like Steve Allen, Jack Parr, and then Johnny Carson Johnny Carson was on the Tonight. It was the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson for like 30 years. And then after the Tonight Show, it was who was it? Jay Leno or something? I think it was Jay Leno. And then it was Jimmy Fallon. Or no, wasn't Conan O'Brien also a host for the Tonight Show for like a little bit? I can't remember. I always am so used to Conan O'Brien having a different show. Yeah. Oh my god, I don't making the list of people in my head. I was like, oh my god, I forgot about Jay Leno. Jay Leno. Holy crap. But yeah. No, Johnny Carson, iconic. Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. But yeah, if you're into late night TV or curious about talk shows or anything like that, and if you want a really good example of like what the standard for talk show television or a talk show host is, please check out Johnny Carson. So iconic, so incredible. One of the Beatles, That's John Lennon. That's where I messed up. I said Jay Lennon. That's not correct. So that was my mistake. That was my bad. Mm-mm. Yeah. That whole thing is a stinky, stinky. Mm-mm. Yeah. But anyway, Betty White was on the Johnny Carson show, or the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. She did a lot of like sketch comedy on the show. So I don't think a lot of like TV, like late night TV does this anymore, but they do like late night TV, like they'll do a lot of like live performances, and they do stand-up comedians. I don't think and I guess like to me, like, you know how a lot of late night hosts, they have like the one other person they do skits with. I don't think they're that funny anymore, but I absolutely love and adored watching like older ones. I don't know. I could be biased. I just don't think late night TV is what it used to be. Um and don't get me wrong, I think that it's also a changing with the times as well. As far as how media changes, how people have to consume content, especially as they try to start to appeal to new waves of people, and the way they do things. But like sketch comedy is now primarily like SNL. Because I remember when I was acting school, if you wanted to go into comedy, SNL was like the thing you wanted to do. And then I was out here like, I want to join College Humor. I was like, I don't want to be on SNL. I want to join College Humor, which is now called Dropout. Because I want to be different. And then I ended up never doing any of that. What about Second City? I actually really wanted to join UCB, the the Upright Citizens Brigade. Sorry, I really wanted to join UCB, Upright Citizens Brigade. If you guys made it to my Improv 101 stream, I talked about this a little bit before I had to nuke the VOD because YouTube decided to knock it down to 6 minutes for some reason. But I really wanted to join UCB and do comedy with them. Because a lot of people who joined UCB ended up getting into really cool places, and I wanted to be like them. Yeah. Oh yeah, that VOD. Yeah, that VOD. I deleted it because what am I supposed to do with a 6-minute VOD? I wasn't gonna go to Chicago for UCB. I was gonna go to LA for UCB. That was my plan. Also, hello, welcome in. Hi. But anyway, what's it called? So after she did a bunch of like stuff on like game shows, late night shows, Betty White, she then got into what most people I think know her for. Well, she did a show before it, but what's it called? She ended up this kind of like led into like the Golden Girls era. She did a show with her with one of her co-stars from Golden Girls, Rue McClanahan, and basically in that show, I think it's like Betty White, she had a character she wrote for the Carol Burnett show that she ended up not doing, I think. And or no, No, I think that yeah, that's correct. That's correct. But anyway, so and then and that was like her first like I guess like signature character, I guess, but like everyone mostly knows her from Golden Girls. Um as the very beloved Rose. Um and again, if you guys missed my explanation of what Golden Girls is a television show that was like it's a sitcom basically about four like widowed or divorced women in their quote unquote golden years. Like they're seen like uh elderly women, and they all lived in a house in Miami. And the show had B. Arthur, Estelle Getty, and Rue McClanahan, and Betty White, obviously. And people still love the show to this day. One of my best friends, IRL, loves this show. It's like this Golden Girls and Friends. Like those are the two that she absolutely loves and adores. And Betty White actually also won an Emmy Award. Excuse me. She won an Emmy Award for like, I think it was best leading actress in a comedy for the first season of Golden Girls. And then as long as that show was running, she was always nominated for an Emmy Award for it. Like that's how brilliant she was. And then I think another one of her co-stars also got nominated for an Emmy every year, but instead of lead actress, it was always supporting actress. And what's it called? I actually didn't know this. I guess it's because I wasn't a what's the word that I want? Because I wasn't like a Golden Girls watcher, I guess. But she didn't actually have a very good relationship to one of her co-stars, B. Arthur. B. Arthur played shoot, what's her name? She played Dorothy. There we go. That's what it is. I was like, yeah, there was like, so basically I read an interview, or not read, but like there was an interview where Betty White talks about her relationship to her. And she was like, she wasn't fond of me. She found me a pain because I was a very positive person, and that would make her angry. And if I was happy, she'd be really upset about it. But despite that, after B. Arthur passed away, I think in 2009, she was still like it's still really sad. Like that was still my coworker, or that was still someone who I spent. I think the show was like running for almost 10 years, you know? Have a good night, KP. Mwah. And so, but like, despite that though, I think Betty White and both, B. Arthur was also like, this was still like a really great experience to be a part of. And even, and I think a lot of people can say this, like, even if you don't get along behind the scenes that well, and I think any sort of, any sort of entertainment setting, like whether it be a movie or like, I don't know, how do I, like a movie, a TV show, or I guess in this case, like, I guess to, put it into more perspective, like even like fellow like VTubers, I guess you can still look at people and still appreciate the hard work that they do, because entertainers have really big personalities. That's just like a huge part of it. but you can still work with people and you can still have a respect for the work that they do and the achievements. Like, you may not get along with them, but you can still look at them and be like, I don't get it, but like, they have mad props. Like, mad props to that person. Like, incredible work. Like, you can still look at them and be like, you still do great work. And like, it's not, yeah, exactly, Denny. It's not realistic that to think you can be friends with everybody. It's just not realistic at all. But you can still see the hard work that people put into things, and you can respect them on a professional level, even if like you don't get along in that way. And fun fact, Betty White was originally offered the role for Blanche. And then Rue McClanahan was actually offered the role for Rose. Because they were like similar to characters they had both played before. But then like, because they had played similar roles in the past, the director was like, what if we do something funny? What if we did something real super cute and quirky and then switched them? And so they ended up switching the roles for them. And like Betty White was like, I don't know if I can do this, but then she ended up being amazing at it. So like I think I saw it in the wiki. There was like a really funny quote. Hold on a second. Let me pull it up. Betty White Wikipedia. I think I read this. Do. Yeah, so quirky, so random. Okay, yeah. So Betty White originally had her doubts about her ability to play Rose until the director explained to her that Rose was terminally naive. Betty White says if you told Rose you were so hungry you could eat a horse, she'd call the ASPCA. Which I think that's very charming in its own way. Yeah, terminally naive. Which I think is like genuinely a really great, like, what is it? Like, not response, but like a good way to frame it, especially for an actor. Like, that's such a good description. At least I think so. So. Okay. So, after Golden Girls, I think, what was it? It was like B. Arthur. She wanted to like leave the show. So, Golden Girls itself had to end. And then they had a spin-off called The Golden Palace, where Betty White, Rue McClanahan, and oh gosh, Estelle Getty, they like reprised their role in the Golden Palace, but it only lasted for like a season. And then Betty White would go on to like continue to play Rose, but like in other like TV shows. But after that, she ended up doing like more like late night TV, kind of like going back to what she was used to. But then this is where we get into it. This is like the movie that I think gave Betty White the power of the coolest grandma, because everybody who watched this movie loved her so much. I know that this was the reason I fell in love with Betty White. But the proposal, if you're not familiar with The Proposal, it's a movie starring Ryan Reynolds and Sandra Bullock. And basically, the movie premise is Sandra Bullock plays this boss where she's like she's a bitch, basically. And she's disliked by all of her employees. And one of her employees is Ryan Reynolds. And she learns that her like visa was like the application for her visa was like denied. And so she was facing like deportation or something. And so she basically blackmails her like assistant or like her employee or whatever to marry her so she can get a green card. And like, yeah. So and then the whole movie takes place, and then like Betty White plays Ryan Reynolds' grandmother. And if you guys have ever, I don't know if any of you have seen The Proposal, but basically it's literally like she's in that. I think the scene that everyone remembers is like she's in like I think some kind of like she's in, I don't remember what it is. Like I don't remember. I think like they go to Alaska. And like they start doing like some kind of chant or whatever, and she starts like, I think it's like is it to bless the wedding? Does anyone remember? But basically like she starts doing this chant, and then Sandra Bullock starts getting into it, and then she goes to the window, to the wall, and like, and it's really funny. Hold on, I need to find the scene because I don't remember what happens in it, and I need to see it. So Betty White, The Proposal. Oh yeah, okay. So she like starts telling her to start chanting and walking in a circle. And then she's like, to the trees, like chant to the trees. And then like Sandra Bullock starts getting really into it. And then all of a sudden she goes, yeah, they're like doing some kind of dance to the universe, like to bless their marriage. And then she starts getting really into it. She's like, yeah, to the trees, to the trees, to the wall, to the window, to the window, to the wall, to the wall. And then she starts getting really into it. It's a really funny scene. But yeah, anyway. It's really iconic. Or like yeah. I don't want to spoil it because like I think what we should do is watch the movie. I think that'd be really fun. And but after she did that movie, she was like so loved by people that she also ended up doing a Super Bowl commercial, and like she did a Super Bowl commercial that made people love her even more. And it kind of like, I guess like ignited her career once again. And yeah, if you guys are down, I like to do watch-alongs typically in the Discord. I'm trying to get more comfortable with doing watch-alongs on YouTube, but for now I prefer to do them in Discord. So if you guys want to join the Discord server, the link is in the YouTube description. But anyway, after that, she started doing what's it called? She did Hot in Cleveland. And then she did more, she was in Modern Family ? I think I never watched Modern Family, but I could be wrong. Let me Google it, actually. Hold on. Betty White, Modern Family. Was she in this or did I make that up? No, she wasn't in it. I made it up. Oh, that's what it was. She got nominated for an Emmy again for her role in Hot in Cleveland, but she lost to somebody in Modern Family. That's why I was like, what is my brain doing? Was she in Modern Family? I don't even know. Yeah. Like she continued to like do a lot of really cool work, and she started to like do a lot of philanthropy, specifically involving animals, which I'm going to talk about. I have a couple of articles where it talks about her her philanthropic work with animals. She also like launched her own clothing line, which I think is really cool. And they were like, and the thing that makes them cool is they're all shirts with her face or something, and then all the proceeds went to charities, or animal charities. She also won a Grammy Award, which is kind of cool because it was for her it was for her book. She won a Grammy Award for her book. And then also around, I guess like also around this time, she started to get like awards for acknowledging like her greatness. You know how like older celebrities, they get like those awards for being like, congratulations for 80 years in entertainment. Thank you for thank you for being a contribution to entertainment. Thank you for making the funny ha-has, like that kind of thing. Lifetime Achievement Awards. Yes, that's what it is. Thank you. She started to receive those. And she had like a television special for her 90th birthday, which I have watched. She's also this like, was it her that was like, if I just drink wine every day, then like I never have to go to the doctor? I think that's where that joke came from. I don't remember. Yeah, like she did SNL. Oh my gosh, she did SNL, and that was really fun. Because this like she did it. I think this was like around the Bill Hader era of SNL, and then yeah, because now that I think about it, after like that commercial a lot, and like Hot in Cleveland, a lot more of her work was like recognizing what she had done and just kind of celebrating her life and her achievements. And then she passed away before her 100th birthday, and they had like a television special to celebrate her 100th birthday. It was supposed to be like a documentary. And it also, and it had people in it like Ryan Reynolds and like Tina Fey and a bunch of cool people in it. Yeah, so so after she passed, I think they still chose to air it. I haven't seen it. But I think they still released it on her birthday. But yeah, she's crazy cool. She's one, and then I guess if we want to talk about like her awards, she's won 5 Emmy awards. 5 primetime Emmy awards, 2 daytime Emmy awards, and then one of them was like a lifetime achievement award, I think. And then she won like comedy awards, also one of them being a lifetime achievement award. I think she's also in the TV Hall of Fame as well. And she also has a Walk of Fame star. Like if you guys know about the stars on Hollywood, they have like a Hollywood star on the street. She has one. I've seen it in real life, and I've taken a picture with it. I love it. So, um, as for a scene where she got to make out with Bradley Cooper, did she? I don't think I watched many of those skits. I think the only thing I watched was her intro for that. Hi, Rizky, and happy 10 months night. Happy 10 months. Thank you, my dear. I'm trying to think what else. Like, I think she has like a humanitarian award for something. She's also. Did she win a SAG award? I don't remember. I think she won a SAG-AFTRA Lifetime Achievement Award. I don't know if she's won a regular SAG. And also, if anyone wants to know what SAG-AFTRA is, SAG is the Screen Actors Guild. And then it merged with the American. Hold on, this is a long name. The American Federation of Television and Radio Artists. And so when they merged, they went from being SAG to SAG-AFTRA. And SAG is basically like it's like a guild or like an actors union for film, basically. So when you're an actor, you try to get enough SAG points to join the SAG-AFTRA union because it can provide you things like insurance. And you can also be a little more qualified. For bigger parts. And you like when you work under a union as an at least when you work under SAG-AFTRA as an actor, you get contracts that have more fair wages and like residual payments for like commercials and like television reruns, etc. And safer working conditions and like I said, like health insurance and pension. Things that I don't think people think about when you're not an actor. So yeah. And then I guess to wrap it all up, Betty White, she passed away on the 31st of December. Like not too long before that, I think she had a stroke. And then they were like, oh, she's recovering nicely. And then she died in her sleep. And then she was cremated. So, yeah. But that being said, I have this really funky video behind me that is from this channel called You Wanna Watch. I'll put the link in the chat so that way if you guys want to check it out yourself. Apple Pie, hello dear. Thank you for the 1 month. Happy 1 month. Here's the video. So if you guys want to give it a like to go support them, totally can. And it's a 12-minute video, so
Betty White is a true Hollywood legend with a career spanning 7 decades. Betty was a pioneer of early television, known for her extensive work in the entertainment industry and for being one of the first women to work both in front of and behind the camera. She was also known to have a witty, comedic, and sweet personality, and was loved by her co-stars and the masses alike. Though we have lost this treasured person in our life on December 31st, 2021, we would like to bring homage to her extensive and prolific work, as well as her colorful life. Hi, welcome to You Wanna Watch, and in this video, we're going to talk about the life and legacy of Betty White. Early years. Betty White was born on January 17, 1922 in Oak Park, Illinois, and moved to Los Angeles shortly after. White graduated from Beverly Hills High School in 1939, where she performed in plays and wrote and starred in the class graduation play. She wanted to be a forest ranger or a writer as a child, but she fell in love with acting when she took the lead in her senior play, which she wrote. She skipped college and began performing on the radio, but before embarking on an acting career, she married twice, first to World War II pilot Dick Barker, whom she married in 1945. The marriage lasted only a few months after he moved her to an Ohio chicken farm. Betty White got her start in the theater at the Bliss Hayden Little Theater. She starred in Dear Ruth and was discovered by Lane Allen, an actor and later agent, who encouraged her to pursue a career in show business. The couple married and then divorced. TV debut. Betty White made her television debut on Al Jarvis' Hollywood on Television in 1949, and she took over as host after he left. In the 1950s, she appeared in two short-lived sitcoms, one of which was Life of Elizabeth, her first sitcom, which aired in 1952. In 1954, she also had a variety show that featured a black tap dancer named Arthur Duncan as a regular. Despite the fact that this was unusual at the time, and she was under pressure to remove him from the show, White refused. White was Duncan's biggest influence on his career, as she produced The Betty White Show at a time when female producers were extremely rare. Betty White appeared on a variety of shows in the 1960s, including To Tell the Truth, I've Got a Secret, The Match Game, and What's My Line? But she was best known for her appearance on Password, where she met the show's host, Alan Ludden. The couple married in 1963 and remained so until Ludden's death in 1981. They never had children together, and White raised Ludden's 3 children from a previous marriage. The Mary Tyler Moore Show was the first of White's 3 successful sitcoms. From 1973 to 1977, she played Sue Ann Nivens. The second was The Golden Girls, on which she appeared as Rose Nylund from 1985 to 1992. The third was Hot in Cleveland, where she reprised her role as Elka Ostrovsky from 2010 to 2015. The 3 sitcoms span not only decades but also generations. While she worked steadily over the years, White's career caught fire again in 2010. She appeared in a humorous candy bar ad during that year's Super Bowl, which quickly became an audience favorite. Thanks largely to a Facebook campaign, that May White became the oldest person to host Saturday Night Live. She was initially reluctant to do the show, explaining to Newsweek that it was the scariest thing I've ever done. It was really funny stuff, but it was a challenge. Also in 2010, White returned to series television with a role on the sitcom Hot in Cleveland, alongside stars Valerie Bertinelli, Jane Leeves, and Wendy Malick. She first only signed on for the pilot, but she later joined the cast. It's just a terrific show. The chemistry between the girls is so great, she told Newsweek. The Golden Girls. Betty White's work accelerated, culminating with The Golden Girls, on which she played the endearing Rose Nylund from 1985 to 1992. Rose Nylund, from St. Olaf, Minnesota, was Charlie Nylund's widow. Originally, White was offered the role of sexy Southern Belle Blanche, which went to Rue McClanahan in the end. B. Arthur and Estelle Getty also appeared in the TV series. On screen, the actors of The Golden Girls had such wonderful chemistry that it's difficult to believe they weren't close in real life. However, some open interviews conducted in the 25 years since the program ended have shown an underlying tension and, at times, outright hostility among the actresses, particularly between Betty White and B. Arthur. There were numerous interviews released, highlighting an ongoing rift between the actresses in real life. B. Arthur was a very eccentric woman as described by co-star Rue McClanahan, who played Blanche Devereaux in the series. B. seemed to be a complicated person with numerous quirks, so with that and the added pressure of making a TV series, everything seemed to bug her. According to Matthew Sachs, B. Arthur's son, sometimes Betty would go out and smile and chat with the audience and literally go and make friends with the audience, which is a nice thing. A lot of them have come from all over the country and are fans. I think my mom didn't dig that. It's more about being focused or conserving your energy. It's just not the right time to talk to fans between takes. Betty was able to do it and it didn't seem to affect her. But it rubbed my mom the wrong way. Betty broke her silence on her relationship with Arthur in an HLN interview with Joy Behar in 2011. She was not that fond of me, Betty said. She found me a pain in the neck sometimes. It was my positive attitude, and that made me mad sometimes. Sometimes if I was happy, she'd be furious. But when Betty White died on December 31st, 2021, reports surfaced that the duo were not enemies at all, they were actually very close, and that their personalities were just different. While White's on-set antics reportedly annoyed Arthur, the duo didn't have the massive feud that has been so heavily reported. Rue McClanahan once explained that Arthur often refused to go to lunch unless White was ready to go. They ate together often and sat with each other during dinners too. Matthew Sachs also revealed that Arthur and White were friends. He told The Hollywood Reporter that the two often commuted to the set of The Golden Girls together. He said, "There was no fighting at all. They were friends. At one point, they lived close enough that they would drive each other to work." Movies and Hot in Cleveland. After The Golden Girls ended in 1992, White appeared in a number of TV shows, including The Golden Palace, a spin-off of The Golden Girls minus Arthur. Bob and Maybe This Time, as well as cameos in Ally McBeal on That 70s Show, in which she played Kitty's mother, Bea Sigurdsson. She starred in a series of TV movies in the early 2000s before landing roles as Catherine Piper in Boston Legal from 2005 to 2008 and Ann Douglas in The Bold and the Beautiful from 2006 to 2009. Although much of her work was for television, White also appeared in several movies. In 1962, she made her feature film debut in Advise and Consent, and her later movies included the thriller Lake Placid and the romantic comedies The Proposal and You Again. In 2019, she voiced the character Betty White, A Teething Ring, and the animated feature Toy Story 4. White continued to work in television, starring in TV movies and shows. In 2010, she landed the role of Elka Ostrovsky in Hot in Cleveland, which served as the catalyst for a career resurgence that began with her appearance in The Proposal alongside Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds. Also in 2010, White returned to series television with a role on the sitcom Hot in Cleveland, alongside stars Valerie Bertinelli, Jane Leeves, and Wendy Malick. She first only signed on for the pilot, but she later joined the cast. "It's just a terrific show. The chemistry between the girls is so great," she told Newsweek. Valerie Bertinelli, Jane Leeves, and Wendy Malick starred as three 40-something best friends from Los Angeles who crash land in Cleveland after attempting to fly to Paris. White took on the role of the housekeeper for the three friends. The arrival of the ladies rekindled the character's life and reintroduced her to the world of dating at the age of 80. Later career. In addition to her work in Hot in Cleveland, she also hosted Betty White's Off Their Rockers. This hidden camera show, which aired from 2012 into 2017, featured a mature set of merry pranksters who play jokes on younger generations. White picked an Emmy Award nomination for her work on the show in 2012. That same year, White celebrated her 90th birthday with all-star television special. Ellen DeGeneres, Mary Tyler Moore, Carl Reiner, Tina Fey, and Ed Asner were among the many celebrities who helped honor White on the program. In August 2018, PBS aired Betty White, First Lady of Television. The retrospective looked back at her 80-year career in show business, highlighted by her early variety series work, her standout roles on The Mary Tyler Moore Show and The Golden Girls, and her resurgence as a sharp-tongued senior in her later years.
Oh my gosh.
Awards and achievements. She won 5 Primetime Emmys,
She's
one
so
Competitive
cool.
Daytime Emmy, a Los Angeles Regional Emmy, and a Lifetime Achievement Daytime Emmy during her career. In 1995, she was inducted into the Television Academy Hall of Fame, and in 2010, she received a Screen Actors Guild Lifetime Achievement Award. In
It's
2014,
deserved.
Guinness World Records named her the woman with the longest career in television. At the Emmys in 2018, one of White's last in-person appearances, she said, "It's incredible that you can stay in a career this long and still have people put up with you. I wish they did that at home." She considered herself born a cockeyed optimist. Her carefree attitude came from not taking things and herself too seriously.
I can agree with
We are
that.
nearing the end of our video, but before we proceed, we would like to ask you to please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at
Yeah, make sure you guys check out the video and give it a like.
and follow us on our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/youwannawatch. Okay, now back to the story. Advocacies. Betty White not only provided the world with laughter and joy through her acting, but was also known for her deep love for animals. Throughout her life, she created Bet's Pets, a fan club intended to help animal charities. She often supported fundraisers for animal welfare organizations, such as the Morris Animal Foundation and American Humane Society. White was not only known for her role as an advocate for animals and against animal cruelty, she was passionate about diversity and inclusion as well. In 1954, she took a public stance against racism when she went against complaints about having a black performer on her TV show. She continued to take a stand as she fought for LGBTQIA+ rights over the years. Starring with queer characters in The Golden Girls, Betty White later spoke about the right to marriage equality in 2014. In 2018, she continued her support over disability rights as a top donor for Guide Dogs for the Blind. books. She wrote several books during the 1980s and 1990s, including 1987's Betty White in Person and Night and 9 to 5's Here We Go Again, My Life in Television, which was re-released in 2010. In 2010, she signed a 2-book deal with G.P. Putnam's Sons. White's latest set of observations on her life and career, If You Ask Me,
This
and
is
of
what you
course
won a
you won't,
Grammy for,
was
this
published
book.
in the spring of 2011. Her next work, My Life at the Zoo, Betty and Her Friends, came out that fall. For her 100th birthday, days before her death, she recorded a video to be shown at her 100th birthday celebration, thanking her fans and confirming that her birthday celebration was in honor of and for her fans. She called herself a lucky old broad. In honor of her 100th birthday, a group of her friends and co-stars including Drew Barrymore, Bryan Cranston, Tina Fey, Ellen DeGeneres, and Tracy Morgan got together on NBC to remember Betty White. It includes a clips of her throughout her career, a message from Joe Biden, a performance from Cher, and more. In a 2012 Times Talks conversation with New York Times columnist Frank Bruni, Betty said she found nothing difficult about getting older, citing her mother's own optimistic approach to death. My mother had a wonderful approach to death, White said. She always thought of it as, she said, we know we have managed to find out almost anything that exists, but nobody knows what happens at that moment when it's over, she continued. And she said, it's the one secret that we don't know. So whenever we would lose somebody very close and very dear, she would always say, well, now he knows the secret. And it took the curse off of it somehow. Betty White, known as the First Lady of Television, has left a great mark in entertainment history and the lives of millions with a legacy that will last for infinite lifetimes. Betty White will be remembered for her groundbreaking career who loved people and animals. She will be deeply missed by all, and now she knows the secret. What do you think about Betty White's life and legacy? Are you
She's so cool. She's so cool, you guys. So it's kind of like, it kind of gave like a little bit more of like I guess like a summarized insight. It also talked about some stuff that I didn't even touch on or even think about. Yeah, I didn't know she was in Toy Story 4. Honestly, after Toy Story 3, I did not perceive Toy Story 4. Like, I wanted to show more videos of like Betty White, and I wanted to like show more of that, but it was really hard to because I don't want to get demonetized. But she was a busy lady from start to finish. Like, excuse me, like she was prepped and ready to go at all times, you know? I'm good. How are you, Havocs? I hope you're doing well today. You know? Like, imagine having that kind of career. I also think they should have stopped after Toy Story 3. I don't know what happened in Toy Story 4. I'm glad that Betty White was in it, but I don't know much about it. But that being said, I have some articles that I thought were really cool. So there's a Betty White Wildlife Fund started by the Morris Animal Foundation to benefit at-risk animals around the world. The Morris Animal Foundation is one of the organizations that she would work with really closely. She created the Betty White Wildlife Rapid Response Fund, which they then changed to Betty White Wildlife Fund to continue to advocate for animals that suffer from like natural disaster. And she also worked with the LA County Zoo a lot as well. Let's see. Let me look at her. Let me look at this. So So over the years, Betty White said that she had always played characters who weren't afraid to speak their minds, especially when it came to controversial topics or like quote unquote controversial topics. And she always had like a lot to say. And so for most millennials and younger generations, their first exposure to White, it was in reruns of Golden Girls, a sitcom about four women of a certain age sharing a home in Miami. But White was only 70 when the series ended in 1992, and she went on to having a thriving career almost exclusively playing characters audiences are meant to think of as old. Pop culture and American culture in general hasn't been interested in or comfortable with seeing older adults live full lives on screen, but White's constant presence in movies and on TV over the subsequent decades helped chip away at that bias. In 2011, White became the face of an AARP campaign urging people who are anxious about aging to get over it. White herself didn't stop at the getting over the inevitable age of aging, instead opting to keep learning, performing, and thriving. In a society that misunderstands and devalues old age, the fact that White continued to work and remained a public figure well into her 90s was an act of both resilience and resistance. Based on the rest of her life and career, we had no reason to expect anything less. Let's see. Yeah, the First Lady of Television is what she has been deemed as. Let me see. Beyond television, it was important to Betty White to be remembered for her love of animals. Throughout her life, she was an animal rights activist. She hosted the Pet Set in 1971 and donated her time, energy, and money to animal shelters and organizations such as the American Humane Association and Fund for Animals. In 2006, she was named ambassador to animals by the Los Angeles Zoo. At the Emmys in 2018, one of White's last in-person appearances, she said, "It's incredible that you can stay in a career this long and still have people put up with you. I wish they did that at home." She considered herself born a cockeyed optimist, and her carefree attitude came from not taking things and herself too seriously. Yeah, she's really cool. Like, there's a lot of really fun stuff. Honestly, like, I guess, like, something that you can take away from Betty White, I guess, it's like um, like, you can learn, like, I think that just, like, the existence of Betty White, I feel like you can learn a lot just from her existing on her own, right? Like, um, hold on, I have some quotes. "Kindness and consideration of somebody besides yourself, I think that keeps you feeling young. I really do." On CBS Sunday Morning 2011. As Betty White understood, getting outside of your ego is a key to fulfillment. For her, that meant caring for loved ones in need and also extended to the love she showed for her fans. As witnessed firsthand by what Annie Weatherby, her stand-in and unofficial assistant on Hot in Cleveland. During shooting nights, everyone would want a picture or an autograph with her, Weatherby recalled. She loved meeting people and cared about her fans so much that she could never say no. 2, it's your outlook on life that counts. If you don't take yourself too seriously, pretty soon you can find humor in our everyday lives, and sometimes it can be a lifesaver. To the Chicago Tribune in 2011. Hi, Coyote. How are you? This life lesson was underscored in a chat I had with the legendary actress Candice Bergen of Murphy Brown and Boston legal fame. Bergen worked with Betty White on the latter show during White's several appearances as a guest star. Everyone fell in love with Betty instantly. I've never met a more appealing, warm, and witty person. She had an edge, but not too much of an edge. This was corroborated by Gavin MacLeod, her Mary Tyler Moore show co-star, who supplied the foreword to my book. I think what's kept Betty going strong to such a ripe old age is her attitude. She's an optimistic, upbeat, loving person, and that can keep you healthy, strong, and vibrant. Don't try to be young. Just keep an open mind. Stay interested in stuff, Betty White said to the Associated Press in 2010. We all know those who struggle desperately to cling to their youth through some combination of denial, fashion, and surgery. White understood that staying actively engaged was the real fuel for a youthful spirit. Millicent Martin's husband, Mark Alexander, like his wife, was a close friend of Betty White. She did crossword puzzles every day and stayed involved in what was going on in the world. It was just an enduring curiosity that clearly kept her involved and young. Retirement is not in my vocabulary. They aren't going to get rid of me that way, Betty White said to USA Today in 2009. Whenever she was asked about retiring, which was annoyingly often, White expressed a measure of befuddlement. She loved what she was doing, so why retire? Working is what made her feel alive. Wendy Malick felt privileged to have a close-up view of the renaissance that White enjoyed during their years together on Hot in Cleveland. She showed me that not only was there life after 60, but that your third act could be the sweetest one yet. Instead thinking, oh my God, maybe it's over, she just really opened to this idea of the last act being a chunk of time that was huge, if you're lucky and healthy. White wasn't physically able to work during the last few years of her life, but her vigor lasted for decades, and there was no coddling the older actor, ever. No allowances needed to be made to accommodate her due to her age or eminence, confirmed Hot in Cleveland script supervisor Kari Handler. You'd imagine it would give Betty a perfectly valid excuse to sit out a lot, to show up late, or to be off on her lines. But no, she was always right on time, often even a few minutes early, always incredibly professional, and she always knew her lines perfectly. Friendship takes time and energy if it's going to work. Don't take it for granted. From Betty White's book, If You Ask Me, and Of Course You Don't, in 2011. It seemed that everyone White worked with became a dear friend, from Tyler Moore to Rue McClanahan to her three co-stars on Hot in Cleveland, Valerie Bertinelli, Jane Leeves, and Malick, to Carol Burnett, Sandra Bullock, and Ryan Reynolds, with whom she appeared in the 2009 film The Proposal. Carol Burnett told me that she stayed close with White throughout the last half-century of her life. She's practically perfect in every way, so gracious, and quite the animal whisperer, said Carol Burnett. But it isn't just the animals. I know how important people like me are to her because she always puts the time into it. So many of us start dreading age in high school, and that's a waste of lovely life. Oh, I'm 30. Oh, I'm 40. Oh, 50. Just make the most of it. From her 2011 book, If You Ask Me, and Of Course You Won't. Indeed, this inspirational icon who kept going and going did make the most of it. At the age of 88, White hosted Saturday Night Live, and here's what Seth Meyers wrote on Twitter about that show after her passing. Rest in peace, Betty White, the only SNL host I ever saw get a standing ovation at the after party, a party at which she ordered a vodka and a hot dog and stayed until the bitter end. Oh gosh, reading that last one almost made me cry. Oh gosh. So if there's any lessons to learn from Betty White, I think she's so cool. I think that's awesome. But yeah. So, but yeah. I hope you guys learned something cool about Betty White today. We've covered all the funny little. We've covered the history of Miss Betty White, the lessons that you learned, and that curiosity and positivity and friendship can really go a long way. I think that's if there's anything that I can say that I feel like I've learned talking about Betty White, it's like the optimism and the love, and that those things can really but like really change your outlook and how you approach people. I think kindness always goes a long way, so. But anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I know the stream's pretty short, but um my tummy do hurt. So this was a great profile of her. I'm glad. Mainly what I wanted to do to talk about Betty White was I wanted to highlight all of her career, because I think something that's really incredible about her career is the fact that not that she's powerful, but like no matter what, she always did what she loved, and she loved what she was doing, and she loved the people around her. And I think that there's something so special about that. And to see somebody's life really be fueled and truly be affected by those kind of actions and that kind of perseverance, I think is a great example to anybody who feels like they need a good example of somebody. Also, happy 9 months, Zane. So yeah. But anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Really appreciate it. We are currently at we're currently at 1,150 members. Thank you for 1,150 members. I appreciate it. So, thank you. So that means we are 150 away from the next goal. And then that means we are 250 away from the next emote slot. So, yeah. I've already got the emotes working. Do you guys want to see? Do you guys want to see a sneak peek of like one of the emotes? Do you want to see? I'll show you like a little sneak peek. Thank you. Sure? Okay, give me 1 second. You know, if he smiles, pretty adorable. Oh, you're sweet. Yeah, thank you to Betty White, mainly. Okay. So I showed mods this, but actually one of the emotes is incorrect now because I changed it. So, a lol. So let me do this. This. Bum-ba-da-dum. Isn't it cute? Here is one of them. I'm getting 3 more. So, I'm getting 3 more, but I will let you guys pick out of the 3 which one you want me to upload. Because right now we only have 1 more emote slot. I had to wait for it to happen. Because right now we only have 1 more emote slot. So unless we hit 1,400 members, we'll have to like take a vote on it when they're done. Here's the other one. There's the other one. You guys see it? You guys can see it really good, right? You guys can see it. Here's the second one. That's the second one. You guys can see it, right? I think it looks really good. I think it looks really good. Oh, D20, thank you for the gifted membership. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so we're at 1,151. Oh, Mio! Oh my gosh, my voice cracked. Mio, thank you for the gifted membership. So we're now at 1,152. If you got gifted a membership, make sure you say thank you. So beautiful. Yeah. My bed is on SIP. That's what you think it is? That's what you think it is? No, I'm not replacing anything. I'd tell you guys if I was replacing anything. But no, these are new. Like these are like new ones that I don't have. Yeah, okay, so hold on. Now math. So now we're 248 from the next emote slot. Math. Yeah. And hi Mega Man, how are you, honey? Yeah. I'm honestly really excited about this clown one. It's gonna look so good because I use the clown emote a lot. And so I'm really excited to have my own. It's not a typical clown emote. Like usually, like I guess like people would assume like the big, like the clown hair and everything. But I think that this is cute this way. Like I have like the clown face and then I got a cute little hat. I don't know. I thought this was really cute. Want to say shocked, surprised, Ophi? No. The two of them I'm like really excited about. One of them is really self-indulgent. So I don't know if I don't know. Maybe you guys won't find any use for it, but it's really self-indulgent for me. That's what matters. So I wanted it. Finally a Clussy. Snake! Oh my god, I almost sounded like Clover. Snake! I know that most people don't think of 999 when they say snake, but I always think of it. John, do you not like do you not like Gero Tornado? I do. I think she's beautiful. Also, Drisbane, thank you for the 5. If you got gifted a membership, make sure you say thank you. Oh my gosh. Did you guys see that? Did you guys see Cherry? Did Cherry, not enough people have like memberships turned on for her channel. So people will gift her memberships and they just go to random ass people. Self-indulgent, I wonder what it could be. It's not anything weird. It's like really cute. It's just like really simple. It's really cute. It's an emote that I use all the time, but like I use it a lot on Discord. So yeah, as soon as anyone enables it, they get one. And I think that's really funny. Yeah. Because like because remember, do you guys remember when we first got gifted memberships? You would only get charged for the ones that got accepted. And I guess they don't do that now anymore. I guess now, like, if you get gifted memberships and you turn it on, like, it'll just hold it for your channel instead of refunding you. I think that's really fascinating. Because remember how last year we were like, gifted memberships? And they would, and like, let's say you gifted 5, but only 3 people accepted them. You get refunded for the 2 that didn't get accepted. You guys remember that last year? So I think it's really interesting now that it waits for more non-members. I don't think that we have ever encountered that. Usually, because I remember there was a period of time where you guys were like, there are no gray names in Ophi's chat. Yeah, I don't disagree. It was probably a lot smart. It's probably a lot smarter to do that, and then instead of holding for refunds, yeah. So, no, I'm not calling you out specifically. Just like, do you guys remember? Like, there was a period where people were like, if you come in to the chat and you had a gray name, I remember someone would gift, and they'd be like, "Did you get one?" And they'd be like, "I just got here." You're like, "I just got here." Hi, John. How are you? And people would be like, I remember that. Oh my God. It was so funny. I honestly, I will admit, I know some people wish they could gift like specific people in YouTube, but I think it's really funny when you play like the membership gotcha game. I think it's funny. I know it's probably kind of like silly, but I like literally one of my favorite memories, and this will probably sound really selfish, but it's not intended to be. But when we were all trying to gift Beatbox a gifted membership, and then I also started to gift memberships. I think, how many did I gift? Like 5 or 10 or something like that. And it was so funny. It's so funny. Like it's just, maybe it's because I have a really chaotic personality, and so I enjoy the chaos of it. So maybe that's why I like it, but it was so funny. It was so funny. It's not intention to sound selfish, because like it's very lovely that you guys are willing to gift memberships so kindly to me. But I remember even myself just gifting like 5 or 10 and then being like, okay, is it gonna hit? And then it wasn't, and everyone would go, what? Even Ophi? And like just the collective reaction and the camaraderie that comes from such a silly and fun activity is very amusing to me. I think it's really fun. So yes, they do prioritize your activity in chat, I'm fairly sure. Will award subs to any recent viewer, even if you're not a follower. Yes, I do know that Twitch does that. That's I like got in. I realized that when I was getting, I would get gifted sometimes, like to like a channel, and I was like, I don't even know who this is. Yeah, Josh made a clip on it. In chat, nah, I got this, and it misses. I know, it's so funny. Everyone's just like, nah, I got the power and the skills. And then we realized after the stream ended that Beatbox was a brand account. Just for context. It was so funny. It was so good. And like, it's just, to me, that's like a wonderful style of comedy. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one who'd probably find that, like, that level of camaraderie and that level of like collective teamwork to make someone feel included just really joyous, but it's so fun. Also, Zane, thank you for the 10. Hell yeah. I apparently can't dodge a wrench. No, apparently not. I am doing well. How are you, Jamie? If you guys got gifted a membership, make sure you say thank you. Yeah, and then Beatbox just got his own membership. It's so... Thank you for the donos. It scared the shit out of me. It scared the shit out of me. That scared the fuck out of me. Holy shit. Oh god. Oh my god. This is so funny. Oh gosh, I'm crying. Oh my god. Oh goodness. Haven't heard the hold it till now, because yeah, we have hold it, take that, and objection. And if I ever get around to playing investigations, I'll probably add Eureka and not so fast. So long she forgot her sound alerts. I didn't. I streamed yesterday. It's been less than 24 hours. It's been less than 24 hours. Why did that jump scare coincide with my mom jump scaring me with the lights? She came in and she said, oh! That's not what she said. Dakuma and Rowan shaking hands, getting scared by mom. Oh god, did stream just start? No, it didn't. It didn't. We are not saying oh hi Ophi. No, hi Leah. How are you, baby? Oh gosh, that was really good timing. That scared the shit out of me. Because the problem is like I don't have my Streamlabs up the whole time because sometimes it minimizes on its own, and so like if I have it open, then I see the alert before the sound comes in, and I don't get scared. But then if I don't see it, it like startles the absolute crap out of me. Yeah, Zane had their own joke in mind. Yeah. No. We're not starting the oh hi Alfie. Hold on, let me switch. So that way people know. That way people know where we're at, okay? No! Stop it. No. No, the live says I've been live for 2.5 hours. No. Oh wait, you guys want to see something cool? I say I'm not like starting stream, but like watch this. Ta-da. And then also I discovered that I could do this to give you guys like extra points. Like if you guys jump to grab these, like exclamation point jump, you guys could get like points and currency. I didn't know I could do this. Like just cheat the system. And then if you're lucky, you might land on more than one at a time. Isn't that crazy? Look at you guys just jumping all at the same time. Yeah, okay, so here, I'll just put a couple more. Okay, there. Isn't that nifty? I just learned that I could do that today. Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true, you're a pal and a confidant. That's gonna be so that was gonna be stuck in my head and not the alert. Can I go on spinnies? Yeah. Loco. Yo. Sky D20 Mia. A spin. Yo, Tommy, I need you to speak words because I can't find you, honey. Oh, okay. Meow. There you go. Also, thank you for the donuts, by the way. I appreciate it. Okay. Oh, I forget. Oh. Hold on, my brain just fucking it just took a shit. Hold on a second. My brain. What was I trying to say? I don't remember. Fuck. No, you can't trick me. My brain might have had like a restart, but I know that it's not the beginning of stream. I don't remember. I saw the super chat and I was like, wait, And then my brain short-circuited. Okay, that's not Danny. That's not Danny. Danny, stop running away. Meow. I found a green thing for you, Ophi. Here you go, kisses. Happy 3 months, John. I did have an ooh shiny moment. Honestly, if there's ever a way to distract me from anything, I try my best not to show it. But whenever someone does like, I want to say either a pink thing or a yellow thing, something in my brain goes pretty, and then I forget what I was talking about, and I have to like scramble really fast to try to remember so I don't seem like I just went like, ooh, pretty. Sky, thank you for the gifted membership. Thank you, thank you. Mwah. Okay, we are now at 168. Holy cow. Yeah, like literally, like I don't know what it is. The yellow and the pink ones. You go, ooh, pretty. And then like I have to like scramble as fast as I can. What did I want to say? I can't remember. Oh. I can't say what I wanted to say anymore because now I realize I'm gonna look silly. I realize now that I'm gonna look stupid. Okay, no one can judge me. No one can say a thing to me. Okay, what I wanted to say was before I get distracted and then start doing my wrap up stuff. But it doesn't make any sense because I still got distracted. Oh my god. Takuma, are you still there? How many of these have you drawn? Also, Tommy, thank you for the gifted membership. Oh, look at that. Wow. Not judging, but the irony. I know. 3. You're so cool. It's okay, Ovi. We all have those moments. Thank you. I appreciate it. You want to tell us you didn't want to get distracted? Well, I was trying to say before I get distracted, but then right as I was trying to say it, I got distracted. So we're out here. Also, happy 2 months, Jamie. Mwah. Also, Brozigar, when you said look sillier, it made me think of like, you know how when people are trying to insult someone, they're going like, you might look sillier. Got him. That's how I read it in my head. It was really funny. Wait, Dakuma, can I show this on stream? Was that okay? Because I can't help it. I have ADHD. That is how I said it. Oh, okay, cool. My brain is so large. Okay. KFP might recognize this, but now we are ghosties. I love this so much. It's so fun. Look at this. Takuma drew this. Dakuma! Look what the bear drew! Purple bear! That's why I said KFP might recognize this. It just got in my DMs. I think it's so funny. Honestly, I would upload this, but I don't know what emote I would upload this with. Because I could replace Lupinite, but I already have an emote to put instead of Lupinite. So maybe I would replace like my light stick? I don't know. This is so funny. I love this. Okay, anyway, before I get more distracted. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, before I get more distracted. I love you too, honey. I'm glad that you've been able to come by at least today. Okay, how do I end stream? What do I do? Stop. Literally, Sakuma was like, I'll render it later. I gotta go make dinner. Distraction. And then sends me a gecko dancing. Okay. Say hi to Voy. Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't think I did that yesterday. Okay. Wait, that's a lot of stuff I have to do. Hold on a second. Okay, so, hold on. Hold on. Take it back. Okay, I have to do it in order, otherwise my brain is confused. So, thank you for all the gifted memberships, by the way. If you got gifted a membership, make sure you say thank you. If you guys, what's it called? If you guys gifted a membership, please know that I'm very grateful for you, and I truly am so thankful. At the end of every stream, I give out the membership count. We are currently at 1,169 members. So thank you for 1,169 members. And then also really quickly, thank you to my tier 3 members as well. Thank you, Chickenfoot, Axe Jazz, Doggo, Kiri, Barry, Random, Fro, Omni, Bubba, Griffin, Renee, Denny, Simpleot, Pat, Kid, Fenny, Damper, Passion, Goat, Flash, Zane, Brooksy, Highway, QQ, Voil, and Ricardo. Thank you guys for being tier 3 members. SC totally not for distraction. No! I'm... No, Sky! Thank you for the green thing. No, wait, no, I'm in my groove. I'm in my groove. No. What if you just said haha teehee and ended stream? I would feel so guilty. That's why like I can't, that's why I have such a hard time ending. When you guys send me notifications, I feel like I have to say thank you, because I did like a super chat reading stream once and I felt guilty that I didn't do it in the moment. So I have to do it in the moment. You know? So Brozigar, thank you for the gifted membership. Okay, so thank you for 1,170 memberships. Thank you for the memberships. I appreciate it. If you got gifted a membership, make sure you say thank you. Okay. And then Void Gang. I was like, what? Void Gang, say hi to yourselves. No, say hi to Void Gang. Yes. Chat, say hi to Void Gang. Wait, you did that already, but still do it again. And also, yeah, what Fro said. Oh yeah, we are one off the true funny number because we have, because like our funny number is like 71 and not 69. Tee haha. Eh? Pretty thing distraction with extra transparent yellow.
With extra transparent yellow.
Thank you, Highway. Thank you, darling. Mwah. Mwah. And John, thank you for gifting a membership as well. Thank you, thank you. We have hit the true funny number. We've hit the true funny number. Okay. Void Gang. Didn't hear that in a while because we've been mostly doing pew pew reloads. I have to think of what a new Aka is. Oh no, wait, I did think of what a new Aka is. The new Aka is like, I call you a pet name of your choice or something. I think that's what we decided on. Like, I say like a message and then like I give you, and then I call you a pet name of your choice. Yeah, it has been a while since the last yellow thing. So yeah, we hit the funny number. And then, but yeah, Void Gang. But you already do that? No, like, I don't know. Like, if you want me to call you like by your like first, like if you have like a name, like instead of like me calling you your username, or like instead of baby, you want me to call you like, I don't know, Snickerdoodle or something like that. I don't know. It was a cherry idea, and so that's what. So I was like, oh. Or like what? Wait, no, it wasn't it was like, wasn't it like you asked for like a message, like a personal message or something? I don't. Is that what it was? So you'll have some asking for compliments. Other means like calling me a bitch. Like yeah, like that. Like you want me to call you. I don't want to call you a bitch. But I don't know if that's like a great idea or not. That's my thing. So like, because I asked you guys for suggestions and no one gave me any suggestions. So like, you know, yeah, like a personalized message. So you could be like, I'm having a bad day. This is my name. Please, can you please give personal message to so-and-so? Or like, personal message and please call me, your, I don't know. Please call me a cookie or something, or like Pookie. Just nothing like just nothing like no sexual nicknames. Like don't ask me to like be like give you like a sexy message, like a lewd message. But we'll work on it. We'll work on the ideas. Like, if you guys have ideas, tell mods, and then my mods will tell me. Or, like, you guys can tell me in the Discord server. I don't know. Like, I don't know. So, yeah. Yeah. So, like, you guys have, in general, like, ideas for a new Akasupa? Or like transparent red thing. Tell my mods or like put it in the Discord server. Cause I don't have many ideas. My only thought is like if you do it like I do like 100 squats or something. And I'm like, that's a lot of squats. So I'm like, I don't know. Because I think, because right now it's yellow thing and and then orange thing. Orange thing is like Neko yellow thing. And then pink thing is like squats. If I recall correctly. Pink thing is squats, but like we don't use that one very often. So and squats is nothing to you though? Yeah. Thigh crush? I feel like that'd be really inconvenient though, because I wouldn't always use my 3DO. And trying to shove my like actual regular mic between my thighs is kind of a pain. So I don't know. So that's why I'm like, I don't know. So, because I feel like a lot of things that people would normally do for like a super chat though. Like, what's it called? There's a lot of things that people would normally do for a super chat though, I like do for a normal stream. So I'm like, I don't know. Like Pew Pew Reload was fun because it was that at my expense. And then and it was also entertaining for you guys and also incredibly cursed. So we just need to encounter something like that again. Like, I don't know. So yeah, because a lot of things that people normally do for super chats, like, oh, I have a thought. Okay, what if instead every single what if I had like a stream Batsu wheel? So in Akasupa, I would spin the Batsu wheel. Like it could be like a random stream. And I would spin the Batsu wheel on stream. I feel like that would be really interesting. Because I don't do a lot of Batsu streams. And like I don't do a lot of content that involves Batsu. So I feel like that would be really fun. Because every time we've done a Batsu stream or a Batsu like related stream, it's been really enjoyable. So like the Akasupa, I'd be forced to spin a Batsu wheel. Hi, Hazamatoxin. How are you, hun? Set up a Google form for Batsu suggestions? Yeah. We could try it for like we could try it for Ophi month. Or not Ophi month, like for the rest of July. And if we like it, then what's it called? And then if we like it, we can keep it. Does that sound like a good idea to you guys? I think that'd be fun. Till next mod B day? Well, the next mod B date is tomorrow. Right, Vara? Right, Vara? Right? Right, Vara? Right? How rare you want it to be? Oh, I guess that's true. We could do a meter. I'd have to figure out how to set that up, but we could definitely do that. I could look into it. Yeah, tomorrow is Vawa's birthday. It's my sweet boy's birthday. My first mod ever. And he's growing up so fast. I'm so proud of him. I better see you at stream tomorrow. I want to harass you on your birthday. I better see you at stream tomorrow, Vara. I want to harass you on your birthday. It's tradition. It's part of being a mod. So anyway, what were we doing? Oh, I was saying goodbye. Poor Vara, no! No, it's a good thing. Besides, I've actually been trying to get his attention anyway because he doesn't respond to any of my DMs because he still owes me some stuff for content. I'm always here to be harassed, just being quiet. Silly boy. Silly boy. Tricks are for kids. Yeah, Vara. Yeah. For context, you know how Vara sometimes voices in some of my comic dubs? I've been waiting on one for almost a month now. And the last time I checked in, he was like, it's only been like 2 weeks or like a week. And I was like, okay. And then I tried to check in again and then he didn't respond. And then I decided that here, I'll give you an easier one, an easier project. And then he didn't respond to me. I got ghosted by my own mod. I can't believe this. Yeah, I'm putting you on blast, Vara. How does it feel? That was literally today. I know. It was literally, let's see. Let me do math. It was literally 5.5 hours ago. Can't believe this. Can't believe this. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to make content, Vara. Trying to make content. Yeah. Ghosty ghosted ghosty mom. Mm-hmm. Anyway. No, it's actually not that big of a deal. It's actually, no, I just think it's funny. I like, if there's anything that I think is incredibly entertaining, it's messing with Vara. It's so fun. Anyway. Void Gang, I know chat already said hi to you, but if you guys made it this far in the VOD, especially with all of my tangents and trying to say goodbye, thank you for watching. Thank you for letting me be part of your day. I really appreciate it. I hope you had a good time talking about Betty White, learning about Betty White, and probably hearing things that you didn't know about her before. Yeah, I really appreciate it. And then tomorrow, the schedule for the week is already out. It's already up in the community tab, and it's also on Twitter and I think in Discord already. Oh my god, I'm so on top of it. I actually posted my schedules everywhere on time. But tomorrow or later today, depending on where you are, I'll be playing Ghost Trick. We're gonna be finishing Ghost Trick. It'll be the finale. We'll be doing the last 6 chapters of the game. So that's gonna be super fun. I'm super excited. It's getting really, really good. On Wednesday will be the ear licking ASMR that you guys got. I will be using my own setup. I will not be having any I shouldn't be having any ASMR issues or audio issues. On Ace Attorney, on Thursday, we're playing Ace Attorney. Leah, no, Ohiofi, no, bad, Leah. No. But ear licking ASMR. And then Thursday, we're gonna be playing Ace Attorney. And for those of you who guys know, Ace Attorney is my favorite video game. I've been trying to get staffs on to let me play it for like a year. And I'm allowed to. No one can stop me. And we're going to be playing it with Obake Pam from Play Asia. She's also a huge Ace Attorney fan. And then on Saturday, I'm going to be playing Super Bunny Man with Inami Yoki. We played it. Yoki was my first collab. And the first collab I ever did, or aside from like the one playing Uno with Ria and Nova, my first outside of VReverie collab was with Yoki. and she and I played Super Bunny Man, so we thought it'd be really fun to revisit that, especially because she just re-debuted her new model. The last time we played it, I was using my old model, so we thought it'd be really fun. And then on Sunday is drunk karaoke. I haven't gotten properly drunk on stream in a while. Even when I've done girls' night, I'm probably drunk for maybe about an hour, and then it goes away. So this will be really fun because I'm gonna try to actually like actively stay drunk for longer than 30 minutes. So that'll be a good time. Yeah. Sorry, I'm late, Ophelia. YouTube just notified me that you're listening live. No! Rosagar, I know that it's not true. Hi, Kyoro. How are you, my love? How are you, darling? Oh, gosh. Okay. But yeah, that's the schedule for this upcoming week. I am super excited because we have, I think, 14 days until Ophi month. If I did my math correct, 14 days left until Ophi month. And I have my entire month planned for you guys already. I have every single day from August 1st to August 31st. Planned. I won't be doing something every single day because I will die a second death. My soul will literally erode. I will cease to exist, and I will never be able to stream again because of it. So I actually the mods can attest to this. In all caps, it'll say like rest. Because those are days that I'm forcing myself to take a break. So to make sure that I'm able to do something with you guys to keep doing something with you guys all month long. I've got collabs planned. I've got endurance stream planned. And not like my casual, like sometimes I do an endurance stream on accident, like actual endurance streams. Like, so I've got watch-alongs planned for the Discord. I've got tier 2 and tier 3 members. One of the days is going to be a White Collar season 2 binge with tier 2 and tier 3 members. We're just going to spend the whole day from morning to night watching the whole thing. So pew. I am doing well. That's totally okay though. I mean, like, busy's not bad, right? So yeah. I've got collabs. I've also got some cool stuff that I'm working on for the month. Yeah. I'll take the day off from work then. Yeah, so on August 1st, I will be giving you guys more of a rundown of everything. So you guys will... Oh, good night, warrior. Have a good one, honey. I will give you guys a proper rundown of what the month is going to look like. At least like the major events. But if anyone needs to know right now, Colin Firth's cousin, August Firth. I actually love Colin Firth. On the 13th, I plan to do a countdown stream to midnight. I decided to do it Eastern Standard Time because a lot of people, I think, are I think that's like a convenient ground, I think, for people. White collar when you're going on holiday. When are you going on holiday, Tommy? But on the 13th, we're doing a countdown to midnight. And then on my actual birthday on the 14th is when we'll do like birthday stuff, like totsumachi, like gifts and stuff like that. The countdown is just something because I'm extra and I like to do a lot of really dramatic things. And that's just one of them. So cool. But yeah, so at the start of the month, I'll give you a proper rundown of everything. And I don't have any other announcements other than keep your eye out for the 23rd. If you are a member and you know, if you know, you know. If you don't, actually, let me say, members, if you guys saw the last members only stream, should I give like a hint about to people who didn't make that stream? Should I give a hint about what it is? Should I do that? Do you think that all the ghosties should get a, like, I'll show them less, but like, how do I keep forgetting about how? Yeah, how do you keep forgetting about it? Okay. And let me... Oh my god, it's huge. Okay, someone say top or bottom. Top or bottom decides what people get to see. Welcome back, Leland. Top? Okay. So this is the top. This is the top. Brooksy, hush. So this is the top. There you go. This is the top of it. No, you only get one sneak peek. I'm not going to show you the top and the bottom. It defeats the purpose. Yeah. Because if I showed the whole, if I show like the top, like, oh, I mean, like I can make it a line, but it's just lighting, Triforcer. Yes. This is a sneak peek for a thing that's going to occur on July 23rd. It's a week from now. Side should have been an option. What are you gonna get from the side? It's just a line. There's nothing to see. The side is not. There's nothing there. Like there's nothing. Like there's what would you get from the side? There's nothing there. Oh my gosh. Oh, you're right. Yeah, you know what? I'm wrong. I'm the one that's wrong. This is the teaser. This is what everybody's waiting for. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's perfect. I love that you think it's perfect. I love that for you. Yeah. Like, and then if we try to, let me see what happens if I bring it to the other side. Oh, not that, not that, not that, not that. No. How do I do this? Okay, there we go. Well, you guys see some lines, but like that's it. You guys are so silly. Ooh, 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 ooh. Can we get a diagonal top? No, no, you can't. Okay, well, there's your teaser. You guys picked the top, so I gave you the top. With the edge like that because I want you guys to be excited when it actually gets announced. I want you guys to be excited when it gets announced. I'm excited. I think I know what it is. You guys see, okay, you guys, I want you to get guesses. Give guesses. And then after you guys give your guesses, I'm ending stream. How's my stomach? It's doing better. It was hurting a little bit while we were watching the video. But honestly, I think it's mainly because, so when I went to Cherry's, okay, if you know what it is, don't say anything. Toilet bowel cover? What the fuck? No, if you know what it is, you can't say anything. Oh, bowl. I was like, what the heck is that? A bowel cover? But anyway, yeah, so I honestly, because I was talking about this with Cherry, because of the things that Cherry puts in her body, I don't think my body is used to consuming that level of stuff anymore. Like, we had pizza. Like, my stomach's been hurting since we had pizza on Wednesday. Or no. Yeah, Wednesday. My stomach's been hurting since Wednesday. And I just don't think my body... Where was the bigger teaser shown? In the latest members only stream. Please ignore the audio in it because I was not using my regular setup because I was at Cherry's house. But like I was telling her about how like my body is not used to eating like a lot of crazy processed foods anymore. And she just eats a lot of junk food. So no, I had water. I had water and like bubbly water. And then like I'd have like a coffee, or not a coffee, I'd have a chai latte in the morning. But because she eats so much junk food, I think it's just like my body is not used to it. Because like we had pizza, but like we ordered pizza and I haven't ordered pizza in a while. I think the last time I ordered pizza was, it was also from a different place. Because normally when I have pizza, I prefer to make homemade pizza. So I just think it's because like my body's not used to it. And so all that kind of stuff. So I just think that I think once I get used to being back at my own house again, because just for context, I was at Cherry's house for literally like a week and a half. I was there for so long. And once my body gets used to being back in my own house, in my own bed, eating like my regular diet of foods, I think like it won't be as icky. Like my body won't feel as icky anymore. So okay, but anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. The Taco Bell and hot dog diet. I actually don't eat those as often as one would think. I actually like I try to cook fairly often. But anyway, yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I will see you guys later. This is the longest outro I've ever done. It's taken me an hour and like 12 minutes. Oh my god. Okay, I was like, oh my god, I'm actually ending like at 2 hours. I'm so proud of myself. And then it was like, wait a minute, bitch, you thought. Okay. What's going on tomorrow? What do you mean? What do you mean what's going on tomorrow? I already did. We're playing Ghost Trick and it's Vara's birthday. I did think tier 3s. Huh? I did all that. Okay, anyway. Oh, raid call. We're gonna go raid Cherry because she's celebrating hitting 10K. She's gonna stream for 10 hours and just watch paint dry. So what we're gonna do is I went into her chat earlier and I said happy birthday. I sent her like a $3 dono and I said happy birthday. And so I want everyone to copy and paste that and we're all gonna wish her a happy birthday. What if I'm already in Cherry's chat? Then still come in with the raid. Did I really? Sky, don't you dare do that. I was watching her earlier during the happy birthday part because I thought it was so funny. Like I knew that because like I know that I was being a little shit, but it was so funny. Yeah. So now we're going to continue the bit because I love her so much. I love her so much. I don't know if she's the type of person to like go back and watch the VOD of the person who chose to raid her. So Cherry, I want you to know I love you very, very much. HBD. So anyway, let's go raid Cherry. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye, darlings. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Otsu Ophi, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'm happy to be back. Yeah. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye, darlings. Bye. Oh, that's not it. Also, don't forget to come back to the VOD and comment and tell me how much you miss me and you love me, okay? I'd really appreciate it. Also, don't forget to like the stream. Okay, I love you. Bye, mommy has to go now. Bye-bye.